This video is strictly for those of you who have been very busy. Maybe you traveled, maybe this is the first time you had to create time for your family. Congratulations, well done. Happy New Year to all of you. And then you're wondering, the last time I heard about Ukraine and Russia was when Russia was saying that Putin's residence was being attacked. So what has happened? Nothing big, nothing serious has happened. Apart from the fact that Donald Trump had to involve the services of the CIA. So Donald Trump was not very convinced. Whether he was convinced or not, he had to involve experts. And then they returned to Donald Trump with a clear message that it was not Putin's residence that was the target. But then that message carries a lot of code in it. And you have to be a security expert or somebody who understands security language to know what they were trying to say. So in that report, the message was not for Donald Trump, but for Putin and Ukraine. Now to Putin, it was telling him that we saw what happened, and we understand that there are people who are playing beyond the red lines. However, this issue has not gotten to a point where you're going to escalate issues. You don't have to bring in nukes. Now, why am I mentioning nukes? Because if you attempted to take out the president, I mean, a nuclear state, a nuclear armed president, it means what you want is to end the regime, maybe cripple the nation. So what can happen? You have to defend himself. And that's why it is a no, 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 no. So the CIA was finding their own way. It was to calm Putin down, to say, no, it has not reached that level. But we saw what happened. Yes, something happens. There are people that are playing, but you don't have to escalate issues. And then back to Ukraine, it was also telling Putin that we are talking to Zelensky. We are taming them. Or let me just say, before some of you come from my head, we are talking to EU. We are talking to EU and asking them to be very careful, not to cross any red line. So it was not some kind of denial of what happened, but it was to explain to Putin that there was no cause for alarm. And at least to also show respect for him, because anything can happen. Let it be that if Putin does not react, it should be that he did not react because people took it upon themselves. The CIA took it upon themselves to explain things to him, either directly or indirectly. That was the purpose of that message. And then the biggest headline happened yesterday when Russia said that Ukraine attacked their own people in Russian-occupied areas. Now, from that report, 24 civilians were deleted. That yesterday. And then Ukraine came out to deny it strongly, as usual. Ukraine said you can bring in independent investigators to find out what happened. They should show us what kind of weapons that were used. Let them find out if they came from Ukraine or not. Putin is the one in charge of that area, and nobody has the right to go there. However, they are not even willing to release any footages. No footage, no image, nothing. So how do you want to confirm it? And this is not the first time that Russia is accusing Ukraine of things like this. Please, I know I have those who know a lot about this aspect of the news I am trying to cover. Please, that I sit here and I talk doesn't mean I know more than you, okay? I'd like you to help me with this. Last time Putin said that his residence was being attacked. No footage, no evidence. This time around again, they're saying that Ukraine attacked their own people. No footage, no image. Why is Russia behaving like this? Because at this juncture, actually, I don't want to misfire. Okay, I need someone. If you believe you understand the body language and why they are behaving this way, please, can you please educate me on this? Why are they behaving like that? Why can't you release the fact like you used to do? So that you can prove to the people that, okay, this is what happened. Ukraine is saying, let's investigate the weapons. They're not even willing to even respond. So please, I'll be very glad if you can just help me with that. For now, this is what Beaver knows. What do you know?